guys, and welcome back to my channel and today's video. Today I'm going to talk about some products that I don't think should be limited edition, but should just come back and be staples in their collections, or just product in their collections. I only have 6 products to talk about, if I didn't mention that, so this video might not be that long, but you know, sometimes it's nice to have a short and sweet video. And also I have created a look with this palette. No, I have created a look using, where is it? My new baby. It's the Hasina palette. I have tried it out for the first time. It looks like this, and it's from Blush Tribe. I will link it up here if it's up. If it's not, it's coming. So let's just talk about the products that I don't think should be limited edition. So some products I am going to talk about that I don't have, and some products I am going to talk about that I do have. And the first thing is this product from Wet n Wild. This is a product from Wet n Wild's collection, the Guerriero collection, and this is in the shade Moon Tears. I have it on my skin today in conjunction with 2 other highlights because I have so many new highlights, like I'm trying out so many, but I just cannot stay away from this. This just makes the skin, it's like a loose highlight by the way, but it makes the skin look almost like wet and sweaty. I know that that is not everyone's preference, but I really enjoy it. I have it always like right here between my brows. I have it here, I have it here. I have it all over because I think that this product is really beautiful. It's so affordable. I don't remember if this, yeah, this is vegan. So that's another reason why it should come back. It is a loose highlight, so I know that that is not everyone's preference, but I really enjoy this. This is like my favorite highlight that I have bought in like a year, maybe even 2 years, maybe even 3 years. I don't know, but this is just a favorite of mine. It's so beautiful and I love this so much. I wish that I could have purchased like 50 jars of this because it's that good. Next product I'm gonna talk about is like a dupe, a more expensive dupe for the highlight that I just talked about from Wet n Wild, and it's the ABH Amrezy highlight. I'm not saying that because I understand that they did a collection or a collab with Amrezy and that they cannot have it as in their collection, but they could bring back the Hollywood highlight, I think it's called. I did hear some people say that that one was really similar to the Amrezy highlight. Let me see, I have 2 other highlights from that collection that I'm just going to show. I have, this is the one that I'm talking about. They could make the Amrezy one permanent as well. I don't think that Amrezy would mind. It's just that they need to pay her for that, but like honestly, who cares, right? I have these 2, but they did release one that is called So Hollywood. And that one I heard, I cannot confirm it, but I heard that they were kind of like the same thing. So I would love for them to come out with a highlight in that shade, because honestly, like ABH doesn't really have a highlight like that in a single. I know that they have all of these different glow kits and such, and I also have some of their glow kits, but honestly, I cannot like, I don't know what it is about me, but there's something about me that just doesn't really is drawn to highlighter palettes. I am more like, I prefer them in singles. So I would much rather prefer ABH to come out with that one and have it as a staple, because it seems like everyone loves that. And it's just that beautiful glow to the skin that everyone is raving about, and I just wish that they would have that permanent. So let's talk about an eyeshadow palette. An eyeshadow palette that I think should come back and be permanent, or a little bit like, I don't mind if they redo it a bit, but it's the Morphe 39A palette, I think it's called. I have talked about that in a previous video, like regret video that is called like makeup I regret not purchasing, and that Morphe palette is one of the one products that I talked about in that video. Like honestly, that palette is so beautiful. I love that they have divided it into like, I wouldn't say warm tones, but it is warmer tones, and it's some pinks, it's some reds, and it's some browns and such. And then further down they have the cool tones, the blue tones and everything. Which I thought was really smart because you get like 2 palettes in one, and that palette seems to be very loved. It seems to be very loved. And I know Atlee. I follow Atlee on YouTube, and she does these amazingly beautiful, very artistically stunning, colorful looks. I always love to watch her makeup tutorials because she's so talented, and she does this makeup that is so beautiful in my opinion. And she uses that palette a lot, and I'm like, every time I'm like, dang, I wish I had that palette. But when I said that I wouldn't mind it if they redid it a bit, I mean that in a sense that they would maybe do the palette a bit smaller. Like, I don't mind if they would release a all blue palette and then an all pink and red palette. That would be amazing in my opinion. But it doesn't seem like it. But hopefully it's coming back. I have a list of products, and I realized that I only have highlights and eyeshadow palettes to talk about. So let's talk about the next eyeshadow palette that I think should be permanent. This is the one palette that I actually own, and it's the Sigge Creme de Couture palette. I have said, or I have actually changed my mind about this. I think I talked about this in a video where I said that I had to change my mind about it, because I don't know if you follow me, but if you don't follow me, like in the beginning of the year or for as long as I have remembered, I have used concealer as eyeshadow primer, and it just doesn't work for me anymore. I'm getting a bit older and my lids are getting a bit drier, so now I have to use eyeshadow primer, because otherwise when I'm using colors, it just doesn't really stick to my skin if I'm using a concealer and then setting it with a powder. I bought this and I hated it because it skipped on my eyes. It just didn't blend that good, and as I said, it skipped, and I had to build and build and build the shades. By the way, it looks like this. Then I tried it again with eyeshadow primer, and now I think that it's so much better. Why I love this is because of the fact that it's it's a really cheap price, because I mean, it's Sigma. I think you get, for the price of this, I think you can get like 2 small eyeshadow brushes for the price of this. So I think the price of this is really nice. Also, I love the color story of this. You get some neon shades, but you also get some pastel shades, which is really nice. You know, this is totally my jam. And why I think that this should come back is because of the fact that this was actually a palette they released 2013, and people loved it. It looked a little bit different because I have the updated version, but it looked a little bit different in the packaging and some shades. Like, they have improved the formula a bit, but people really wanted this palette to come back, so they did relaunch this 2017, and that is when I purchased this. And I feel like, you know, they did relaunch it. Why shouldn't they just have this as a permanent palette? Because I like Sigma. I like Sigma's brushes. Now, when it comes to their makeup, I haven't tried that much, to be honest. I think that the Sigma palette is the only makeup I have tried from them. It feels like their eyeshadow palettes aren't really talked about, but this one was really loved, so I think that they need to just bring it back. So the next product I'm going to talk about is from ABH, and it's a glow kit. I know I said that I don't really use glow kits, and I don't anymore, but this one you can see that I have used very much. I bought this one last year. I was blown away by this. First, when I saw it, I was a little bit on the fence. I was like, I don't know, should I get it, should I not? But because I thought that I could only use this shade. Now, last year when I used this a lot, I self-tanned. I could use a lot of darker shades than I can right now. And this palette was so loved by people, and I think that they need to bring back this, because as I said, it was so loved by people. And the one thing I do have to say, like one complaint, is that it is very expensive. Like in Sweden, I think that this is around $70, but the problem is, like, this formula is really beautiful if you pick it up with a finger, but if you pick it up with a brush, you get so much fallout and you get so much kickback in the pan, because it is a very glittery formula, and it will kind of just, if you place it right here, it will kind of fall down depending on which brush you use. So that's the one con I have to this palette, but it is really beautiful. I love the packaging. This was, by the way, a collab with Nicole Guerriero, and yeah, it's real pretty. I need to use this more because I remember that I just loved this a year ago. And the next product I'm gonna talk about is the Decay Electric Palette. I know that some people just loves this, and I remember I have picked this up in stores, swatched it and everything. I've checked on it, I have wanted it, but I never purchased it, and now I'm kind of kicking myself for it because I think that the palette is really beautiful and it's so pretty and everyone is talking about it and it's really unique. Like, I really enjoy that palette, and it feels like a lot of other people does as well. I know so many people that loves the electric palette, and I know so many people that feels left out because they didn't get the palette while they could. And I think that the Urban Decay needs to bring that back because it seems like it's one of the palettes that actually Urban Decay like knocked out of the park. I think that that palette is all pigments, so it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but in my opinion, I would love to get it. That was all of the products. I just checked my list, and yeah, 6 products we have talked about today. So I really hope that you enjoyed this little video of mine. Please don't forget to subscribe if you are not, and let me know which product you think should not be limited edition and come back. Yeah, anyway, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!